The top of the ladder Cats take on the 17th placed Eagles in what shapes up as a one-sided affair. In Paddy Dangerfield's 300th game, the Cats will be hoping to make it 13 straight wins heading into the finals. This is your round 23 match preview. Hey Cats fans, it's Ben Reeve here again from The Hoop Show for another edition of Match Preview. Last game of the year, guys. It's going to be a massive mauling at GMHBA Stadium, I'm predicting. Not really. I think we'll be comfortably in front come the turn at three-quarter time. And may just ease off a little bit in the last few minutes. What do you think? We might just let the Eagles come back a little bit. Pumpkin's got a prediction. We'll get to that at the end. You may have seen that if you're on socials, but we'll come to Pumpkin's prediction a little bit later in the show. Welcome if this is your first time joining us on the channel. If you haven't already subscribed, I'll pull up Brad again. There's Brad. Hello, Bradley. Bradley would love it if you could subscribe. Let's get on with the show, though. So, yes, it's Danger's 300th game this weekend. Amazing. He's almost played as many games for the Cats as he has for the Adelaide Crows. It's almost hard to believe he used to play for the Crows. Good Geelong boy, Paddy. Played for Anglesea as a young fella and a few years, or 1 or 2 years at the Falcons at least anyway. 8-time All-Australian, third most Brownlow votes in history. Actually captained the Cats 11 times, could you believe, in the absence of Mr. Joel Selwood. So he's a true warrior. You could list all these achievements, I could fill up a whole show doing that. Most important thing, though, is we get to the game on Saturday if we can make it, and get behind him. Give him a big cheer every time he touches the leather. I think that's what he loves. Yeah, I think let's get the win. Most importantly of all. All right. So the shocking news through the week. Oh my God, did I have a panic attack? Did I have a full meltdown? Did I explode in my mind? Jeremy Cameron, hamstring injury, tore it off the bone. No, that was what I thought was going to happen, but apparently. Very precautionary, and he should be right to go in a few weeks' time, hopefully. We can only hope. But yes, rested him late in that last quarter, or halfway through that last quarter last week, and low-grade tear, low-grade strain, I should say. Reece Stanley's out as well, but both of them, they're saying both should be back come finals time. Let's hope that's the case. And more importantly, if they do come back, let's hope that they don't get any further injuries in those areas. Look, if you have a collision injury or something like that, you can't really predict those things, but hopefully we're just managing these soft tissue injuries reasonably well. Yeah, I'm nervous. I'm very, very nervous. But we need Tom Hawkins to go bang on the weekend. Just feed Tom, put him in the goal square, just feed him the ball all day long. He's only 7 more goals away from top 20 goals all time. So wouldn't that be great if we could get him close to the Coleman medal and get him into the top 20? Give him 8 goals, he'll be fully in the top 20 outright. If we can get him 8 goals on the weekend, that'd be lovely. He's also leading the comp at the moment with assists, with Christian Petrarca from Melbourne. So we want him to win that one as well. Get him the Coleman, get him the goal assist, get him everything. Get him the 3 votes as well. Let's get him on the Roll of Honour. If we had Tommy on the Roll of Honour this year, that's a crime. Tommy hasn't even got his face on the Roll of Honour yet. We've got to do something about that. Feed the man. He's a big boy. He needs a lot of energy. Give him the ball. Let's get him some goals. Other news in the week, Cats had 70,000 members. I think we cracked another record again. I think it's like 10 years in a row or something like that. We're just going nuts. So that's great. A couple of birthday shout-outs. Cam Guthrie, happy birthday, mate. 30th birthday this week at some stage. Can't remember the exact date. Luke Dalhouse, the Dal, he's having a 30th as well. So well done to Cam and Luke. Good job turning 30. Now, get to go easy on the drinks, especially Francis Evans. You're having your 21st, Francis. Do not bring in some of these blokes that are playing in the senior side. Don't get them smashed. Let's just enjoy a nice 21st, and we'll celebrate really big in October after we've got the silverware. How about we do that, Francis? Let's just not go too hard now. I know it's your 21st, but let's just go easy. And lastly, congratulations to Zach Tui, Reg, on getting married to the lovely Rebecca Price in the last few days. So well done to you guys. VFL, before we get on to the game of the week, the VFL team on the weekend lost, unfortunately, got smashed by 43 points. Asava Radigalia played very well. Say what you like about him, but he's pretty much thrown back this year, or given a good run in the back line, so he's now able to play a few different roles for us, which would be nice. So potentially, I'm quite confident that they're going to have a look at him on the weekend, now with Cameron and Stanley out. I think he's probably the perfect selection, really, or at least to have a look at. But they may play Segler and Radigaleo in the same side. That'll be interesting. But then you've also got Shannon Neal, who's played a bit of ruck and forward and kicked a couple as well recently. So the VFL game's on Sunday. If you want to get along to that, get along to the Cats game on the senior side on Saturday, most importantly. But yeah, if you've got a bit of time on Sunday afternoon around 1ish, get along to GMHBA and watch the VFL team if you can. And the AFLW team smashed the Suns, 36 points. We're going all the way this year, undefeated. Wouldn't that be great if the AFLW team clicked this year? We've really struggled, for those that have actually followed the AFLW team the last few years. It's been a tough road, and it seems like every year in the off season we lose a bunch of guns. So thankfully we've kept Prasparkas. That's been good. But hopefully we can get some wins and some of that youth that are coming up take that next step. That'd be great. All right, let's go. I'm not going to even talk about Alex de Clarkson. You go to some other bloody thing for that. I'm not talking about. I've mentioned it, and that's all you're getting. I've mentioned the fact that I'm not going to mention it. So there you go. On to the game. Okay, so Cats have won the last 4 out of 5 against West Coast. They're our bunnies. Our only loss to them in that stretch of time was 9 points. So they only just got over the line against us. The last time we played them was in Perth, and we did enough. We won by 18 points. I guess, probably could have been a bit better, but it is what it is. And I think they were starting to come good a little bit. So that was back in round 14 this year. The last time they came to GMHBA Stadium, though, 97 points, thank you very much. Easily got over them back in 2021. Did the job nicely. Mitch Duncan killed it. I think we all remember his goal in the halftime siren, a little torpy in the rain. That was lovely, wasn't it? But to go along with that, he had 26 touches, 13 marks, and 4 goals for the game. So Mitchie had a game, didn't he? He was loving it. But also Cam Guthrie played well too. So he had 35 touches and 10 clearances for the game. So he was going well. Now we all know the Cats are on 12 straight. This should be 13 straight for us if we get over the Eagles on the weekend. It's the 6th time actually that we've won 12 straight games since 2007. 6 times we've done that. Absolutely insane. No other team comes close. It's pretty much daylight if you want to call a team daylight. We're currently sitting at 17 wins, 4 losses at the start of the season. If you watch the season preview video, I had the Cats at 19 wins and 3 losses. A little bit overly confident, but not far off the mark. So not that I know anything about football, I'm just a fan, and I'm a little bit one-eyed, but it's quite funny how that prediction came off. And I didn't have Pumpkin at the time, so Pumpkin can't claim that one. He may not have even been born at that stage, so maybe yes, I don't know. I'm claiming that one myself anyway. He can't claim them all. We did win, though, by 60 points on the weekend against the Suns, and he did pick that one, so good on him, and we are the minor premiers now, so it's nice to get something, but it doesn't mean a lot, does it really, in August? You want to be there at the end of September holding the real silverware up, not the McClellan Trophy or whatever they call it. Now, the Eagles are going pretty rough. They've lost 7 straight at the moment. They've won two wins on the season, even though you probably look at them and go, oh, they're doing a little bit better now. But it's the last game of the year. Half their stars. I mean, yeah, they've got Kelly coming back, and it'd be nice to see him again at GMHBA. But they're going to really struggle, I think. I think DeConning's just going to absolutely tear. What's his name? Oh God, I'll draw blanks on this show because I'm doing them live. And anyway, they're forward. There you go. It shows how much I know about footy. So DeConning's going to have a field day again. They're going to really struggle. They lost to Freo by 24 points last week as well. So they'll be absolutely gassed because they just threw everything at Freo. It's the last game in Perth for the year. This one's just like, let's get it over and done with and finish the season off and have our little Mad Monday. So that's all they're really caring about at this point. I think Cats will do it easily, but I think we're just going to play safe. If Eagles want to throw a couple of sneaky punches in here and there, we'll throw a couple back, metaphorically speaking, I'm saying. But we'll have a go. So we'll get Duncan back. We'll get Isaac Smith back. O'Connor should come in, I'd guess, as he was the med sub last week, so he should be, I'm guessing, in the 22 this week. And it's really whether Segler and Radigaleo are picked. Look, there might be someone else. There might be 1 or 2 others. Dell might get another run for his birthday week. That'd be nice for him. I think they'll probably manage Cam Guthrie. I've got a feeling that he's due. A couple of weeks off, though. I don't know whether they will manage players. I'm guessing this might be the week that they don't manage players, unless they really need it, if there's some general soreness and so forth. Hawkins, if you think you'd manage Hawkins, but yeah, not anymore. I wouldn't have thought with Cameron not being there, not having two of our key forwards when they've played every single game this year, missing in the same game. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Stanley's out, we know, with the abductor, and as I said, Tim Kelly's back. Willie Rioli should be back as well, so they should return and they'll help the Eagles somewhat. And Elliot Yeo, unfortunately, won't be there, and Nick Nat's a little bit doubtful, Nick Natanui, so wouldn't be surprised if they chose not to play Nick Natanui in the last game of the year and just get him right for next year. He's getting a bit old now. He feels like he's just debuted a few years ago, but he's been around 10 or so years, I think. So my wish list, I want Danger to have a blinder. I want him to have a 43 possession, 4-goal game. That'd be nice. That's not going to happen, but no, if we can throw Danger in the goal square and get him a goal, I'll be very happy with that. I'm sure he will be as well. Let's pack the stadium out. Let's get as many people there as we can. If you can't go and you've got a seat, sell it back to the club. Please don't just leave an empty seat there. We want to get as many people there. Let's remember, it's not only supporting the Cats and giving them a pat on the back for a year well played, but it's also Danger's 300th. So if we can make it as loud as possible for him and help the Cats, and really it's our last. For a lot of us, it'll be a last chance to see the Cats if you can't afford finals tickets and so forth. So seeing them live. It'll be the last time for a lot of people. So try and get there if you can. That'll be great. Hopefully the weather gods are kind. Look, if it's going to rain, it's probably good for us anyway in terms of West Coast won't like the wet and slop. But I always like a nice sunny day, especially if you're a fan. It's a much better spectacle, the footy, when it's sun shining. But and it's coming into September. That's the kind of conditions we're most likely going to play in as well. So it doesn't really help a lot with playing in the wet. This time of year, I wouldn't have thought. Jezza, I wanted him to get the Coleman, but that's not going to happen. Hawkins, yeah, it's not going to happen. He's not kicking 10 goals or whatever to get 3 ahead of Curnow. But who knows? You never know. Stranger things have happened. I think 7 or was his record 8? Maybe his record. I don't think he's done any more than that. I can't see it happening as a 34-year-old or whatever he is. And as I always say, my last wish list: no major injuries, please. Can we just keep it? So can we just not overdo it? Danger, I'm looking at you. Just go easy when you throw yourself into those packs. Or don't throw yourself into the packs. Just run around the wings and have a nice little, don't overdo it. Don't stretch your calf too much. We need you there. You're the X factor. And anyone else Jez is not there, of course, so we don't have to worry about him. He's in cotton wool. Selwood, please don't get injured. We need you to lift that cup, mate. We cannot have a situation where you're not lifting that premiership cup at the end of the year if we make it. So you need to be there. All right, so the Pumpkin prediction. Pumpkin never gets it wrong. He does, actually, but last week he got 100% right. And this week he's very confident he's going to get 100% right again. And his prediction is the Cats by 37 points. I suspect it'll get out to about 60 at some stage. And then, as I said, we'll just take the foot off the accelerator, and the Eagles will get a couple of some gentlemen's goals towards the end. We'll let them get a bit of respect back, and that'll finish their season off nicely. And they can go into the change rooms and have a couple of beers, and we'll go and do all we need to do and get ready for 2 weeks' time in the qualifier, which I think will be Freo, actually. So anyway, thank you again. If you haven't, as I said before, please subscribe. Thank you, Brad. And we'll see you on the next show, or probably on the match review. It'll be coming from Bali. It might be a slightly less professional production. Maybe the audio won't be as great, and maybe it won't be anywhere near as long. But I'll be doing the match review from Bali somewhere in a few days' time. Anyway, thanks, Cats fans, and go Cats.